Here's a training video for the new polymer site, Newton Lake. We got a new monitor, plugs in HDMI, the back of the existing laptop. Just turned the laptop on, monitor's on, plugged in through HDMI. I got an Ethernet cable going from here into the PLC cabinet, plugged into the router inside the PLC cabinet. Any one of the spare ports, so you'll have to get that cable's mine there. But so when this starts up, it should automatically, on boot up, it should automatically start the project. Now the project's going to start up on the native screen on the laptop. You're going to have to slide it up. This is actually above the way I have the screens arranged. This is the bottom and that's the top. So you'll have to grab the application and slide it up into that screen. It'll take up both screens. Alright, so keep your eye on this. So yes to that. And this is automatically booting when the computer starts up, comes up. So now the first thing you want to do, once the starts communicating here, take your click, I'm holding this down, click up here and then holding this down, I'm just moving the window up, lining it up in the top screen. So now that it's lined up, the bottom is your dredge and your booster pumps. The reason they're all blacked out and you have asterisks in there is because we're not communicating. The dredge and the booster pumps are not online right now. But that'll all populate if they were online. All this equipment is, you can see you've got your tanks, the levels of the tanks, that's the percentage, that's 7 to 7%. You can see in the cutaway in the tank, black area, the very bottom, it's light blue. As it fills up, that blue will fill up. So same with the bar to the left, that's orange, it'll fill up in blue. Now what happens if any of them get to high level, which we have set right now at a foot from the top, is high level, you'll again, an output will come on. We can use it for an alarm in the PLC, but we don't have an actual alarm, physical alarm. But all the other information you had for your polymer automation is still on there. You can see all your presses, the GPM of all the presses down there, even added on the other two over here, which aren't hooked up yet. The reason they're all negative is because the presses aren't powered up yet. So there's no power, so they're below 4 milliamps, so they're all negative right now. Same with the density's not wired up and the flow's not wired up. There is a new flow meter that's going to be on here called the water flow. I take that flow in gallons per minute and subtract all 10 of those flow from the presses. Subtract all 10 of the flows from the presses, and that makes the delta flow right there. So that's the difference of the water flow minus all them is the delta flow. You also have trends. I've got, let me find my mouse here. My mouse is on the top screen. So we got press 1 through 5. Here's the trends, all right, so there's the colors. So these pens, it'll fill in. You'll have 5 lines, and that's the color of the lines, indicating what the press is. And this is gallons per minute, 0 to 650. So you have a trend here, so you'll see it start populating as it moves along. And then you go down, you also got a trend for press 6 through 10. You can see that 9 and 10 aren't wired up, the other ones are negative. So press 6 through 10, again you have trends there. And then you have production trend, which I added to it. You also, your density and your flow, but you also have the delta flow. So that'll be trending red. It's a new pen added there. And and your dredge trend for your mass flow and density. I don't know if you ever use that, but that's on this screen here. Back to dredge main. But notice as I move these around, this screen here, the big screen doesn't change. So just the navigation is for these down here. To shut this down, you go not to this, there's no X here. You go all the way up to this one, the X is up on this one. So shut it down, click on the X, and it shuts it down. And if you need to start it up again, you just double click on this icon right here in the middle. Say yes. Got to wait a while. It's actually booting up. And you got to watch down here. Sometimes this icon will come up. So you say yes. And now here you do, if this happens to come up, just click on Run Application. Typically you won't see that because it'll boot at startup when you start the laptop up. Again, once it comes up, just grab it, drag it up, position it, and it'll automatically position that at the same time. Alright, and close everything out.